Welcome back to our channel. Today we explore one of the most glorious chapters in the history of English literature, the Elizabethan drama. The Elizabethan age, often called the Golden Age of English drama, witnessed the rise of the theatre as a cultural phenomenon and the emergence of some of the world's greatest playwrights, including William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Ben Jonson. Let's dive into how Elizabethan drama evolved, its unique features, and the playwrights who shaped it into an art form that still captivates audiences today. Background and historical context. When Queen Elizabeth I ascended the throne in 1558, England entered a period of peace, prosperity, and national confidence. The Renaissance had awakened a love for art, learning, and human achievement. The printing press spread classical ideas, and the translations of Greek and Roman plays inspired English writers to experiment with new forms of drama. Before this period, English drama was dominated by mystery and morality plays, religious performances staged by guilds to teach moral lessons. But under Elizabeth's reign, drama moved from the church to the marketplace and from religious to secular and human themes, focusing on love, ambition, power, and fate. This transformation gave birth to what we now call Elizabethan drama, a drama of passion, poetry, and humanity. Let's look into the characteristics of Elizabethan drama. Elizabethan drama had several defining features that made it unique and powerful. First, secular themes. The plays explored human emotions, politics, and social values instead of religion. Second, rich poetry. Playwrights used blank verse, unrhymed iambic pentameter, giving dialogue rhythm and beauty. Third, complex characters. Heroes had flaws, villains had depth, and fools often carried wisdom. Fourth, blend of tragedy and comedy. A single play could move from laughter to tears, reflecting life's complexity. Fifth, public theatres. Drama became a people's art, enjoyed by nobles, merchants, and commoners alike. Sixth, supernatural and violence. Ghosts, witches, and battles added excitement and symbolism. These traits made Elizabethan plays deeply emotional and dramatically engaging. The University Wits, pioneers of the Elizabethan drama. Before Shakespeare's rise, a group of educated writers called the University Wits laid the foundation for modern English drama. They were scholars from Oxford and Cambridge who brought learning, classical structure, and creative energy to the stage. The leading figures included Christopher Marlowe, Thomas Kidd, Robert Greene, John Lilly, George Peele, Thomas Lodge, and Thomas Nash. Christopher Marlowe. He revolutionized English drama with his powerful blank verse and the theme of the overreaching hero seen in Dr. Faustus and Tamburlaine and Edward II. Thomas Kidd. The Spanish tragedy introduced the revenge tragedy, later perfected by Shakespeare in Hamlet. John Lilly refined prose comedy with Endymion and developed the elegant style known as euphuism. Robert Greene wrote romantic and pastoral plays portraying middle-class life with poetic charm. Together, the University Wits prepared the stage for the brilliance of Shakespeare and his contemporaries. William Shakespeare and the flowering of the Elizabethan drama. At the heart of Elizabethan drama stands Shakespeare, the greatest playwright in English and world literature. His genius lies in the universal appeal of his plays, their poetry, human insight, and dramatic brilliance. His comedies, some of them are A Midsummer Night's Dream, As You Like It, and Twelfth Night. These plays are filled with love, laughter, and fantasy. His tragedies: Hamlet, Othello, Macbeth, and King Lear. These plays explore ambition, jealousy, fate, and moral conflict. His historical plays, such as Richard III, Henry IV, Henry V, reflect England's national identity and royal heritage. Shakespeare combined the poetic beauty of Marlowe, the wit of Lilly, and the structure of classical drama, creating plays that spoke to both scholars and commoners alike. Other major playwrights of the Elizabethan age. Shakespeare wasn't alone in shaping Elizabethan drama. Many other playwrights added diversity and brilliance to the stage. Ben Jonson. He was a master of satire, known for Volpone and The Alchemist, emphasizing classical structure and moral realism in his plays. John Webster. In The Duchess of Malfi and The White Devil, he explored corruption, revenge, and human despair. Thomas Dekker, Thomas Middleton, and George Chapman. They wrote widely city comedies and social plays reflecting the daily life of London. Francis Beaumont and John Fletcher, the famous duo, popularized romantic tragicomedy bridging the Elizabethan and Jacobean eras. Each of these writers brought their own voice to the English stage, making it one of the richest periods in the world drama. The Elizabethan theatre. Elizabethan drama thrived because of the theatre culture that surrounded it. Public theatres like the Globe, the Rose, and the Swan were open-air arenas that could seat thousands. The stage was simple, with no curtains or elaborate sets. But the imagination of the audience brought everything to life. Actors worked in companies like the Lord Chamberlain's Men or the Admiral's Men, and interestingly, all female roles were played by young boys since women were not allowed on stage. The theatre became the heartbeat of Elizabethan culture, uniting nobles, merchants, and the poor in a shared love of storytelling. Themes and spirit of the Elizabethan drama. Elizabethan plays reflected the spirit of Renaissance, bold, humanistic, and curious about the world. Their central themes included 1. Ambition and morality, 2. Love and fate, 3. Honor and revenge, 4. Appearance and reality, 5. The rise and fall of great individuals. These plays mirrored the age's belief in human potential, but also its awareness of human limitation. Legacy of Elizabethan drama. The Elizabethan age laid the foundation for modern English theatre. It gave the world character-driven plots, poetic dialogue, and a dramatic structure that continues to inspire literature and film today. The works of Shakespeare, Marlowe, and Jonson are still performed across the world, proof that Elizabethan spirit remains alive on every stage. Elizabethan drama was more than entertainment. It was a mirror of life filled with poetry, imagination, and passion. It was a voice of an age that dared to dream, question, and create. From Marlowe's fairy heroes to Shakespeare's profound insights, Elizabethan drama transformed English literature forever. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Elizabethan drama, please like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into the world of English literature. Until next time, keep reading, learning, and celebrating the power of words. Thank you.